Hi and welcome to a brand new Writers Lounge podcast. I'm your host for the show, Steve Sommerfeld, and this is another Throwback Thursday where I joined Clint Esposito from the Two Wheels to Freedom, actually on the Rumble channel. So jump onto Rumble if you want to watch the clip that I'm about to talk about here. I recommend you do it. It's 15 minutes long. It was the 2011 Monster Energy Cup FMX Best Trick competition. This was wild. This was in one of the craziest parts of FMX history with so many new things going down. Only 5 riders were invited to this competition, or at least 5 that rode. Cam Sinclair, Kyle Loza, Todd Potter, Jacko Strong, and Mark Monea. And I'm going to give you a little hint. That was the order of the results. You try and work out if it's the right way up. That'll be something you can work it out. But actually, to be honest, I would say go to Clint Esposito's Rumble channel. Watch it. It's an awesome competition. What this is the discussion after that 15-minute comp. So I don't know how the hell we do it every single time. 15-minute competition, and we talk for an hour after it. But hey, it's FMX. That's what we love talking about, especially 1 o'clock in the morning for me here. So thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoy this one. I am going to just finish off my Rothaus Tannenzaepfle alcohol-free beer. And I hope you guys enjoy this one.
Basically screwed. So yeah, I guess this whole sport's just about being tough as nails. So thanks a lot, and I'm trying this again next time I get a chance. So peace out.
All right, Kyle Loza, tough as nails, guys.
He didn't bring handlebars?
And he talked about his practice.
He brought no handlebars with him.
Church.
Is this what you're telling me?
It's definitely a little different when you bring it inside the stadium. These are results. You can see him.
So what was it? One shot from everyone?
Leaving.
Oh.
Energy Cup with
Yeah, that is.
and that's Mark Monea
Damn.
with
Full-on
a
best
score of
trick.
94.
Like, that's
Just
it. You have one
One
shot.
best
It's like that
trick.
Eminem song. If
You
you
got
had
one shot
to make your dreams come true, would you take it? Or would you
gotta
let it
be
walk
stupid
away?
Absolutely.
That was it. You got one shot at this
Wow.
trick, dude. That's gnarly. That's a gnarly contest, right? There's no reruns.
No, that's
I got to tell you, Cameron, I'm glad I was
actually gnarly. All right, there we go. Job done. They did say how much prize money was. Hang on just 2 seconds. I'm going to go back and replay that and see what it said. What he said. So Mons was first, 94, 93 to Jacko, 85.7 Todd Potter, Loza. Loza got 65.3, and he was 0.3 above Sinclair at 65. 2 crashes, but fuck, Sinclair did not win the crash game. Or I guess he did win the crash game. He certainly won the trophy to go to hospital.
I don't think that's
Okay, so there we go. So Cameron Steele said prize money was $40,000 for Mark Monea for the carry-on.
Now you know why they didn't do it again.
Yeah. Man. 5 riders, 1 jump each.
I wonder if it was during Supercross. I guarantee you that was that the first year of the Monster Energy Cup? I bet you it was.
Good question. Good question.
I bet you it was. And I bet they just went all out.
Yeah.
And
that first year, I think they did.
And they also had, well, at least one guy got hurt really bad.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, no, you're right. There you go, because this was a big year for Monster Energy Cup. 2011, first year. 40 grand went to Mons. He had a Monster helmet on, so that was good for him, and that's probably how that 1 extra point really helped him over Jacko. But Villapoto went 1, 1, and 1 because it was a 3-race thing, and you had to win all 3 to get the million. And Villapoto got the million on the first year.
Jake Weimer let him by.
That's right. Exactly. There was 3 guys, so they must have done this 10 times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There was 9 years of Monster Energy Cup, and there was $3 million winners.
Okay,
Villapoto,
hold on. Dungy?
nope,
Oh,
didn't even win it.
I thought
You'll get
Villapoto.
you'll get one of them. I'm sure you'll get one of them
I might not.
for the
Stewart?
$1 million.
Stewart.
Nope.
Roxon.
He did win,
but
but
not
he got
the.
an 8th on his first race, and then he
Uh,
won the next 2.
all right,
But he
who
did
did
win.
it?
That was
Before
2013.
we bore everybody with me trying to guess who the hell
Yeah,
did it.
you got one more chance, and then I'm going to tell you.
I said Roxon.
Nope. Eli Tomac. That's where I thought you would have got Tomac.
Yeah.
And Marvin Musquin.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So-
Marv's just on sometimes, and then you just.
Exactly. So yeah, it was Villapoto, Barsha, Bubba, Davey Millsaps, Roxon got a win, a 4, and a win. So he missed it. Eli Tomac won it in 16 with a 2, a 1, and a 4. Then Marv was 1-1-1. Then Tomac won it again, but this time for the million. And then the last guy was
and
Adam Cianciarillo.
Tomac was let by Joey Savacci
Was he?
in the
Oh, I
back
forget
section
that.
outside of the building, and then he and then Savacci left there, and he was like, he didn't even give me any money.
Yeah, tight ass. Come on. I would have probably fudged that one a little bit if I was Savacci.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, so I have no idea why they didn't do FMX Best Trick again. Like, what did we just see? Pretty much 5 completely different tricks.
Well, let's put it this way. They did 5 people do 1 jump, all right, and 1 broken leg. And they've had best whip how many years? And I bet you there's been like 1 concussed.
Yeah, maybe.
There's at least been, yeah, okay, let's say there's been 3 people that crashed hard at Monster Energy Cup doing best whip.
Yeah. Well, who?
I don't know. I'm just guessing that there was.
Yeah.
I do know that Jesse Pierce, kid from New Jersey, went out there and didn't make it through practice.
Okay.
Something happened. But he's like a local pro guy, super fast.
Yeah.
He just.
So now here's another one. Why did they stop the Monster Energy Cup? I don't remember the reason why.
Well, because it's now.
Is it just because it's just all Supercross?
Well, now it's SMX.
Yeah, but I thought Monster Energy was sponsoring Supercross and AMA and everything before. So they finished this in 2019. That was the last race.
Yeah. The last Monster Energy Cup, you're saying?
Yeah.
So I want to say, I think it was just
It was
COVID and all that stuff. The next year COVID happened.
Yeah, true.
They barely got events in. They did like
that's true.
A couple of weeks in Utah or whatever in one building. Yeah. So then, but basically this is where, I don't necessarily say this is where they always wanted to get Monster Energy Cup, but it's basically the same formula, right?
Yeah.
You know, so they just migrated that date into now it's a 3-race series, and that's worth the big bucks. It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. It got there one way or another. I really liked how it was all on the line for that $1 million, and you were waiting to see, was it going to happen?
Well, that's what they're trying to do with the playoffs, and that's why the points scale the way that they do. I don't know if you realize this, but like it's like the points like double each time or something.
Yeah, the first race, then the second and the third, and doubles.
So you still have a chance if you're, somebody would have to mess up because it's still scaling. But if somebody has a bad race on the last one, you're SOL.
Yeah.
like Shimoda.
Yeah.
Dude, Shimoda just had to get a couple more positions and he would have been SMX champion.
Yeah, would have had it.
He's one of those guys that are not good under pressure.
Yeah. Maybe a bit of bad luck, bit of pressure, and
Yeah, but here's the thing. I kind of agree with the bad luck and I kind of don't.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you look at Sexton, right? And I've always been like, he's not good mentally. He's bad when the pressure's really on. And people go, no.
Yeah.
And I'll go, how come he always makes a mistake when he's out front by himself leading? Nobody's even by him. He should be just, like, because once it happened a couple of times, then all of a sudden it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You get out front and then you're just like, don't fucking fall.
Yeah,
don't fall.
trip over my own shoelaces.
Don't fall. Yeah, and then it's like you fall somewhere because you're thinking too much,
Yeah. Not chilling like Kenny or something like that.
Exactly. Well, think about we were talking about, even in freestyle it's different, but the guys that were supposed to stepped up when they needed to. Wasn't that our whole discussion of why those guys are who they are? And it's the same thing. When Villapoto had to step up, he stepped up. When Stewart had to. Carmichael.
Yeah. That's true. That is true. Yeah, what is it? Something maketh the man? I don't know. I can't remember what it was. Fucking blew it. I was about to go all smart there, and I blew it from the start. Something maketh the man. Whatever. It's something about the moment.
It's just like when you show up to an event and all of a sudden those guys start, like I was blown away the first time I went to like X Games or X Fighters. X Fighters I feel like was gnarlier than X Games.
Yeah.
But
oh man, way gnarlier.
As far as
for a full run or something like that. X Games Best Trick was
But pretty. I mean, like, practice head games wise.
Yeah.
I felt like there was way more trying to get in people's head in practice at X Fighters than there was at X Games. Yeah. I feel like at X Games, people were just like waiting for their best trick that they'd been saving, and been working on. Whereas
plus there was no time to even X Games, there's no time for anything.
Yeah.
It's
true.
You get five jumps practice. Okay, just go do your shit when we tell you to do it for the competition. Yeah. That's it. Job done.
But X Fighters, they would show up and they have a day of practice and they have another practice in the morning and they have the evening show. But they start like kind of trying to jump everything as fast as they can and throw all their biggest shit right away just to get into everybody else's head like, oh no, so-and-so is on it right now.
Everyone's like, oh man, Nate's on it today. Oh, this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Job done.
And Nate I don't know. And it is just a thought difference, but it's like really crazy to go. I guess it's like, if you're saving some of these tricks, if you have to do them in your runs all the time, you can't save them, right? You need to be like, this is what I do. This is normal.
That's it.
I do bundies.
What's the difference between this and X Games? Other than X Games is on ESPN and it has 2 jumps for the riders. These guys didn't even fuck around. Like they just went straight into it.
Well, that's why I said
this was straight in. There was no.
That's why I'm saying it. This was during the program.
Yeah, it was.
So this was like in between races or something.
Yeah. Like, yeah, so you got X Fighters on one side, and then you got X Games on the other. This was thrown in as a bit of a wild card.
M Games.
But like this one could have been awesome, but it feels like it was just an afterthought. Basically. And actually,
I think it just is hard with putting it in the program like that, What are you gonna do?
Yeah, but if
there you go, John's on Facebook.
If you genuinely want to make this work though, they've got I guess the big thing coming into Monster Energy was Kyle Loza. That was what everyone was coming to see.
That's
He
why
was
Monster Energy put it together.
exactly.
Loza.
And so with that in mind, would you then not think that they would kind of build this up better? Wouldn't they make the actual show plan for this FMX or the Best Trick comp work better and give them a little bit of run up? Or maybe it doesn't matter about the run up because it was for that Rockstar Energy guy that we don't really care about. So Jacko can fluff around in the mechanics there trying to get an extra 10 feet of run up. But it happened so fast. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, done.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
And Sinclair's got a broken femur. Awesome. Oh, I don't know what was broken, but he was
That's
definitely
what it
on
looked like.
he was definitely on a trip to hospital.
That's what it looked like. The way it flopped around, it looked like it did his name.
Yeah, it looked like a femur. I can't remember what happened, but yeah, it just felt like this was just an add-on that they bodged up at the last minute. And I'm sure it's not, but that's what it feels like. And that's probably why X Fighters was always so much more interesting.
So John said that they had a big bike flip tease leading into the event.
I remember that.
And he said it was advertised big time. Had videos of McGrath calling Loza and asking if he wanted to come and stomp this new trick. We need to find that commercial. That sounds cool.
I do remember there was a lot of hype because this was after him attempting X Games. So he'd already crashed X Games. Exactly. Perfect time to go for it. Monster Energy Cup. Yeah, I'm just surprised that it was one jump only. It was run and done within 15 minutes. Like, that's not even half the time for a break. Like, people haven't even gone to go get popcorn in that time. So, yeah, it is a little bit surprising. And like I said, the reason I jumped on this one was because old Moto X Psycho there had the first and the last time Best Trick was at Monster Energy Cup.
I'm trying to see if there's... I can't find the commercial. I just found clips of this, but I don't...
I do like having John there in the background, just throwing out a few more bonuses for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, John. So for everyone watching, listening, I threw this one out at John, half an hour, maybe 1 hour before we started this tonight. Like, John, we're thinking of putting this Monster Energy Cup one up. Do you know why this isn't on? I don't think there was a reason, but I do love that he came out with a whole bunch more stuff. I'm like, that's why we got John here in the background. The fact checker and even knowing what ads go on. That's almost like knowing what Super Bowl ads are going on. If you remember that Jeremy McGrath was doing an ad talking about Loza coming in trying to go for this bike flip.
He remembers. I did find a Monster Energy Cup. Kyle Loza wants to take home 40,000, and it's got Jim Holly talking to him.
Jim Holly, who's that?
He was an old Supercross racer. And apparently he used to rent his house for like porn shoots or something.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. No, I don't know. I thought it was a sick competition. Don't know why they only had 5 riders. Not sure.
I told you. I keep telling you because it was in between. It was like instead of having the KTM 65 race, they're like, we're going to have these assholes try and hurt themselves. We got a short amount of time, all right? Get them in and out.
We only got time for 5 guys. It's either KTM 65s or these 5 Muppets.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
That's it.
That's so funny.
That's funny. That commercial is nowhere to be found. We need to find that commercial. One of these guys has got it. One of these guys is going to see this. So Moto X Psycho or Braden Hollick, one of you
Jump
guys
on this one.
has. I bet if you had a Supercross, who has Supercross or Motocross taped from 2011? Because I bet you
If
that's
someone's got it, it'll be on there.
Yeah, because I'm sure what they. Hold on, he says, "Be right back. Let me see if I can find something."
No way. John, you legend. Absolute legend. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I was kind of half saying during the show. So I was just looking Cam Sinclair. Um I re-listened to that Levi episode and he was talking about the characteristics of the YZ250 motor.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference between that and the KTM. So I used to be YZ, then I went KTM, and I do remember there being a giant difference what I felt. And he was talking about how he approaches a double flip going super slow, then gives it everything, and the KTM works. And then when Tucker was trying to do doubles, he said Tucker couldn't get it. He couldn't work it out because he'd do the same thing coming in slow and he was gassing it, but he just wasn't getting the same kind of pull.
Mm-hmm.
And then then he was asking Sinclair about it, and Sinclair's like, no, I come in hot and then just feed it all the way through. And then when Tucker then tried that on his YZ, it worked. Now that's different because I was thinking about the YZ250, but Sinclair was on a 450 this time. Obviously thinking that he maybe had to get that little bit extra power.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Maybe
ended in broken femur.
It worked. I don't know.
I don't know, but it was
Taka
just
was going longer or something since he was coming in a little hotter, giving him more time to rotate.
Because you could kind of see Sinclair coming in on that double. It looked like he was pretty hot.
Yeah,
he was coming in. He was giving it some. So yeah, no, that sucks. Oh, Sinclair. So if anyone's watching or listening and you haven't seen Sinclair's movie Twice, I recommend you watch that one. Have you seen it?
Maybe. It's been a while.
Sounds like you haven't. So you're gonna have to go. Maybe. I don't even know if you can.
What's the other one? Full Circle or something?
Full Circle was Nate Adams.
Yeah. And then Twitch had a I got hurt and came back story.
What was his?
I don't remember.
He's put out that many. I don't know which one it is.
That's what it was called. It was called I Got Hurt and I Came Back.
Oh, there you go.
It's still right.
It's on. Okay, the Cam Sinclair story Twice. It's on Amazon Prime Video. So if you want, I would jump on there and watch that. It was actually really good.
So is it included with my Prime?
Does
Cam get money out of this? Otherwise, I'm not watching it.
Best you text Cam and ask him for like a free video or something.
No,
you donate $10 to his.
Yeah, I would rather just
pay beer him. Account.
I would rather just send him $10 than give it to Amazon.
Yeah, I think that may be better. Just text Cam and I don't know. I mean, it's on Garage Entertainment, Echo Boom Sports. They're the trailers on YouTube. No, I can only see it on Amazon. So yeah, Sinclair had a hell of a time with that double flip, and that his doco is pretty good. I'd jump on that. Kyle Loza with the bike flip, which is exactly what we were talking about last time we did one of these Throwback Thursdays, where we were talking about Clint going for it over 75 and who could possibly do it. And did you say last time, like when we were talking, that Greg Hartman had tried it? I don't think you told me that.
I didn't.
No.
This is the first time I've thought about that since we've been even doing this.
Yeah.
And I remember watching, I was just thinking of him being small. And then I was like, oh yeah, he told me he tried it. But Greg honestly didn't really want to do it, like, then come right out and try to do it because he was friends with Kyle and Kyle was trying to do it. And I was exactly. I'm like, I kind of get that, but I also don't kind of get it because in my head, you're the guy that's going to be able to, like kick your bike around.
Yeah, like Hartman was a pretty big dude from memory.
Yeah.
I never met him, but just watching videos, like,
Yeah, he was like 6'3", probably,
oh,
like 220.
okay, far out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, so that's probably why him and Ryan Brown doing switchblade flips look pretty similar. Like big dudes
Yeah.
just swinging a switchy flip.
Dude, I rode Greg's bike around, and it was so hard.
like Seth Enslow long distance jump
Bro,
suspension.
I was like, it literally did. It almost felt rigid while I rode it around. Like I could feel a garden hose. You're just like donk donk, and I was like, what was that? That was a hose.
Yeah. So he's just got a piece of 2x4 where the suspension should be. It's just one piece.
That's what it felt like. I also have one of McNarl's bike. His was really hard too, but I don't think it was as hard as Greg's was.
Wow.
He would preload his bike so hard. He would like jump and be like jam it into before the ramp.
Dude, Hartman.
Yeah.
Even while it was that hard.
Oh, dude. Go find pictures of him. He's still got it compressed. But I figure at the time I'm probably 170, maybe 180. Probably like more like 180, and he's 220 and rides like more aggressively. So it was like super hard. I had one of McNarl's old bikes, and it was very hard too. But like I said, you could, which I never touched the clickers on Greg's, obviously, but
yeah,
it was so hard. I was like, I couldn't. This would do nothing off the ramp. I don't think it would just be like
just bonk straight up. It'll get you all the pop that you could possibly want.
No, I don't think I would get any pop. It would just be like, bah, like you wouldn't even get spring out of it. It would just be flat. One time we went to Mexico and we took our suspension. It was me, Slade, Greg, and JJ Romans, and we were supposed to get older YZs, and they gave us newer ones, and our forks wouldn't fit, or because the axle and the spacers were different.
Yeah.
So then we had to run I ran my shock and the stock forks, and Greg was like, "Should I do that?" And I was like, "I do not suggest you do that." I said, because your shock is so
because you
hard.
know what he's
I'm like, your shock is so hard. You're gonna be so like off balance that it's gonna be crazy. I'm like, I know where my shock is, and it's like not that far from. I'm not gonna be like feeling like I'm just all nose down the whole time. So
Hartman would just go straight front flip.
Dude, yeah, it would have been so out of balance. It would have been crazy.
Oh, man. So, old Kyle Loza. That bike flip was close, though.
That was close.
Yeah.
He had his hand.
We'd have to get a video side by side compared to X Games, but I feel like that one was nearly the best one.
Yes, for sure. Because I watched him when I was doing that video.
Oh, yeah.
And that was definitely the closer one.
Yeah.
By the time he got to X Games, he just wasn't, he didn't get it that far. And then he bailed out of his second run, he said, because his ankles were hurting. But I kind of feel like the fear hit him of keep trying this fucking thing.
Yeah. it ain't working.
Yeah.
It ain't working. Yeah.
And you're like, you just fell. You're like, I don't know that I want to have to do it again.
But yeah, like you said, as we were watching it, what if he had Levi's bike now? 20 kilos lighter.
And shorter, right?
Shorter, lighter, everything.
For sure. He was close enough to almost get his hand on the seat.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You got to get your hand on the seat and pull it under you. Yeah. And he was right there.
Yeah. So yeah, like he had 90 degrees to go, but once he would have grabbed that seat, that would have fixed the 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he pretty much had it. He was just hanging off the back of the bike just that little bit too much. His hand was maybe a foot away. His hand was a foot away from the bike.
Oh.
No, I don't know. Ho, ho, ho.
Ba-dum-bum.
No, but he was so close. But if he grabbed back on, the motion of him grabbing it and pulling it to him would have fixed that 90 degrees nearly enough that he would have landed it.
Yeah, for sure.
And if not, we've seen Deegan land that militia twist in 03 pretty much 90.
On the side of the landing.
On the
he
side
got
of the landing.
I thought about that the other day because I watched that recently and I was like, that is luck,
Yeah.
right?
That was
Like,
all luck.
if you don't land on the edge of that thing and catch the soft dirt with your back tire, you're for sure not riding out of that.
No. No, he definitely got some luck on that one that night.
Which I still give it to him because it is what it is at the time.
Exactly. That's
But,
it.
you know, like, you could never... That's why I think if you're judging best trick, first criteria is it new. How gnarly is it? Is it new?
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
think you have some leeway there once it's something nobody's ever done or it's so gnarly.
That's it.
So that way if you land a little bit, I think that's overall highest score. Then you can go into style and, you know, how smooth are they? Did they land the landing, you know, right in the sweet spot, yada, yada. Did they get on and ride out smoothly?
Yeah.
But I think that if you have a bunch of people doing a bunch of regular hard tricks that have been landed, you know, say that's the contest. It's all stuff that you've already seen. Now you're going to be nitpicky and it's like down to were they straight, you know, who had the better form. But if somebody, the first time anybody's ever seen a 360, the guy goes off to the side and catches the edge, you're like, guy landed a fucking 360.
Yeah, fuck off. 360's done. Job done.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah. But then, hey, you forgot one piece of criteria. Run up. And that's where Jacko Strong didn't get it.
do you think that I don't know if that could we're really
I don't
nitpicky
think
at
I've
that
heard
point.
of run up coming into a judging criteria
Yeah.
for a best trick comp before. But they threw out, I mean, they were just talking like they talk as much as I do on any commentary for any show.
I've seen some people that could barely turn do freestyle.
Oh yeah.
So like, does that negate their whole run because they sit down the brake and just skid into the wall?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Yeah, so Jacko, tough as hell run up to go for a 75-foot front flip, which is arguably a lot harder.
This has got to be inception of front flip time because that's when Mark came out. Monea, right?
Yeah, but Jacko had already been doing this on like a Nitro tour.
Oh,
when
Krusty.
he was like
Bo said
Krusty,
it.
sorry,
in the
Krusty's.
thing. Bo said it.
Yeah. And I think he'd already maybe won an X Games Gold before this event as well.
Oh, John said that Travis attempted in 05 and they weren't too far off. Did he attempt that at X Games or was that just in his pit?
Well, front flip.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe front flips. Oh, yeah, they were on the front flip kick for a long time. Because Jim DeChamp
with him and
could
Jim,
do 'em.
Jim DeChamp.
Exactly. You know, if you think about the amount of stuff that was tried at Travis's house that's probably still not been landed,
Yeah.
it's probably ridiculous.
Just pull just years out of the hat and just go, all right, let's look at old video from back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, is that what we did back then? Oh, someone's gonna have to do that.
You know, that's you in our message, our thread of messages this afternoon. You guys were talking about, you know, like all these tricks, you know, upright tricks, and I would say there's a fair amount of tricks that are not really done now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, everyone sticks to the basics now.
Yeah, like there's tons of little, and I think it's probably because people were looking in the nooks and crannies to make tricks versus just being like, I'm going to spin a whole nother rotation, or,
Exactly.
you know, I'm going to do a front flip. They're just like, I'm going to stick my foot in my air box.
That's where I went. I'm like, fuck it, that's it. Knack in the box. That's where I'm going.
Dude, those I've been thinking about that too. Like my favorite like obscure tricks. And I said this to somebody because I did the Loza, the Leba thing, and somebody was like, he had the craziest tricks back then, and I'm like, a lot of my favorite, like real quirky tricks were Leba, like box hangers, knack in the box, even I think the old KOD with your face on the fenders, you know, like is cool.
Oh, I saw that video you put up the other day. So Labor was actually the first KOD, not Mad Mike Jones.
No. Mad Mike was out in California and they were practicing at like, I don't know, Manny's yard or something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, he saw him doing it. And if you watch the original X Games, Jones is only a little over 90.
Yeah.
You know, like he's just getting his feet a little higher. So that's all. He's just like, I'm going to get it a little bigger and try to win X Games. And then it started becoming its own thing. Somebody was, John just said KOD was originally called the Labinator. Is that
was
true?
that what the Labinator was? I remember
You've
the
heard
name.
of that? I've never heard of that.
I've heard of that.
I've never heard that.
But I always I never remember what the actual trick was. I'm like, oh yeah, Labinator.
So that's what he's saying. It was the KOD.
That makes sense.
But then they started calling it KOD, and then the name was too cool. And when they started doing it different, they just kept the name.
And then it was different bike and body positions. So then it was a tsunami, and then it was a ruler, and then nobody knows what it is. And
still a KOD now.
And at the end of the day, it's all a fucking Labinator. That's sick. That's cool. I mean, but that's the thing though. Like the quirky of the trick, that's what makes it cool. Like watching Dane Kinnaird again right now.
Yeah.
Like coming up with dumb stuff, and he's 42 years old, and he's like, another new trick or old trick or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yeah, Dane. Like you just keep them coming, bud.
That's the thing. If you really started to try and come up with stuff, like more simple upright stuff, I bet you somebody has done it. I bet you if you came up with some stupid little variation, you know, like you doing the switch hand grabs.
Yeah.
And I did know, I don't remember, maybe it was Javier or something used to do switch hand grabs. There was somebody else that would do that. And it's like, that is so niche. That's just for us.
Yeah.
That's like for other riders. That's not for even the judges. And I keep bringing this up. I don't have confirmation. I need to write it on my board so I remember to find it out. I heard that Dustin Miller at an IFMA did an entire run switch. Everything.
I've heard that story.
And got the same score.
Yeah, I've heard that story. I don't remember seeing it, but I've heard it. I
don't even remember where I heard it, but I heard it a long time ago. But I'm like...
Do you mean switch as in like crossing his arms over? Or do you mean like, okay, he would grab left hand, but he changed to right?
Opposite side, no-footed knack. Opposite side, switchblade. Opposite hand, heart attack.
No way.
Everything opposite.
Fuck that.
Dude, imagine doing no knacks to your non-natural side.
No. No way. There's no way. Like, I can't even whip the other way.
Even switchblades. Think about doing a switchblade opposite side. Like, I can do pendulums, but I start on my normal side and then I go to the other side.
Exactly.
I don't go the opposite side first.
Yeah, exactly. When I do a pendulum, first side's awesome. Second side's just like a little... Just a little kick out, little dab.
I can do them all right to the other side once I'm already together and just spin. Yeah. But to jump and go that way, I don't know why it's different. It's different because I'm already up and my feet are already together.
Yeah,
So I
no,
have
because
the initial jump twist down. And
that's because you're like Zoolander, man. You only turn left.
I'm American. I can only turn left.
That's it.
NASCAR.
All right. Go real fast and turn to the left.
Hell yeah.
No, that's true. God damn. Yeah, we need to put a little bit of thought into that because I really like the idea of the upright trick thing.
Like you said though, it needs to be like
yeah, I
people
haven't
bet on themselves or something, or people bet on other people, and then the money goes to the guys, like an online contest thing with donations or something to get this
and
thing
I almost
happening.
feel like it has to be like a reverse thing, like it can't go on forever. So almost like you start with the most amount of potential money, like whoever gets it first in the first week, and if you don't in the second week, it's like let's say like it starts at $1,000. I'm just saying, or 500 or whatever. And so let's say 1,000. It starts at 1,000. If you get it done in the first week, you get $1,000, and everybody's like chipping in. Who can he get it? Can he get it or whatever? Then in the second week, who's gonna get it? No one's got it. It's only down to 800, and then 600, 400. No one can get it. I don't know. I haven't thought of it.
I don't know. I think if it started building up, it would be like what people would want to wait till it gets more, but they also don't want to wait for somebody else to do it.
Yeah, exactly. But then you might know who's gonna get it, and then be like Savachi and who was it? Savachi?
Tomac.
Was it Rock? Tomac, yeah. And just go, hey, it's either you or me. How about we just hold this thing off for like 3 more weeks and there's going to be more money. Then you take it and we split it in half.
Do you see anybody cooperating that well?
No, not in FMX. No, not possible. No, maybe. I don't know. No, I was just thinking like how could you do something like that where it's not that it's really betting, but it's somehow like whose name could get this trick, who could get it first. I don't know. We'll think about it a little bit more. I'm sure there's some smarter people out there that can help make that happen. But I think it'd be a really good way to go. Like it makes upright tricks more fun again.
Yeah. Well, no,
and a bit more emphasis.
It makes a reason for anybody to do an upright trick.
Yeah, exactly. And be creative, not just do the same stuff over and over.
Hold on. John sent me those guys trying this stuff in the pit.
Who's that?
Travis and... Damn it. Oh, here we go. Oh, I need to you need to go to Facebook messages so you can get...
Oh, yeah, okay. I just saw that.
I just realized I was like, oh, he's not going to be able to see what I do here.
Oh, yeah, that's 05? Is that right?
You got it pulled up?
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking on my phone.
Okay. I'm going to play it. 3, 2, are you ready?
Yeah, hang on just 2 seconds. I'm just gonna play this on my phone. So I'll put it back to 0. All right, 3, 2, 1. So are you playing this on Rumble now so everyone can see it?
Yep.
That's cool.
You know, moto guys are nuts. These mountain guys
he said start at 202. Sorry, I forgot to give you that detail.
Oh.
So let's do
Did
that.
you start it at 202?
No, I didn't. So let's go to 2. I got my cursor on 2 minutes.
All right, so go to 202. All right.
I know, you just shut it
Yeah,
down
fine.
hard.
Evolution, taking the
Nice.
game out of the X Games. FMX is quickly becoming a sport in which true athletes strive to be the best.
He got it about.
Wow.
But rather a highly competitive realm where creativity falls and
I mean, Loza got it that far.
Yep. Oh my God.
I'm almost there, baby.
This is a small taste of X Game Practice 2005. Welcome to the age of the foam pit.
See no gas on the takeoff. I can get on the bike, I'm telling you.
Damn.
I completely forgot this video. That was a Cali roll, basically.
I know.
Dude.
Oh, shit! I just missed the bike.
I would like to thank my trick consultant and FMX coach, Special Greg, for opening up my eyes to the improbable and showing me tricks in person that I thought could only be done in video games. You the man, Greg. Thanks for everything.
Yeah, it's his cousin who doesn't even ride. They're like,
Yeah.
he can't even ride around in a field, he'll fall over.
Last day before X Games, I either ran out of talent or I ran out of time, and probably a combination of both.
Man. That is wild.
He's so gnarly, dude.
So all that video Special Greg?
I think a lot of it was. All right.
Time to race, baby.
We don't care about cars. Sorry, Trav.
Oh, poor Trav. Man, how was that? That was... Oh, hang on. I've just pressed play on mine. So that was a Cali roll that he did in that.
Well,
And the bike flip.
yeah. In 05.
Because that wasn't the special flip. The special flip was different from Special Greg. That was like
Yeah.
more going up.
Special flip was more Bundy.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was kind of, or maybe a little bit more like the Jack or something like that,
Yeah.
where it was more up and back and around. So that video there from 05 was basically a Cali and the bike flip. God damn. That's so wild. I have seen it before, but
It's
I
been a
guess I
long
didn't
time.
put it into the context of the time that it was done.
Yeah.
That is insane. That's 6 years before this competition we just watched, where Kyle still hadn't landed it. But that did you see that one where he was on the pit bike and he
Yeah.
kind of went on top of the bike, like way on top, and then like dropped into the foam pit? Actually looked like a far better technique instead of being behind the bike. So there's 2 or 3 attempts at the bike flip where he's
So,
behind it.
When
But the one where he's actually on top,
Yeah.
he almost fell onto the bike.
it
and it was
looked
straight.
like, so from what I've heard, you have to pull like you're going to flip and then try to dive over your handlebars.
Yeah.
And it looked like he got a better dive on that one. Like he was
Exactly.
more Superman, like his body was up instead of, like you said, being like this. He was
Yeah.
more like that. And what, like
Yeah.
you said, yeah, if Loza was more Superman and got the bike to where it was, his legs would have already been kind of over the seat versus being like this, and now he's got to
And then
come
trying
up
to-
over the seat.
Yeah, try and lift your leg, throw it
Yeah.
over, and you're never gonna get there. Yeah, he French fried when he should have pizzaed, and that was it. It was all over.
Yeah.
But that's so wild. Fuck, John, you are an absolute legend for finding that. God damn.
It's impressive.
It is impressive. You should give up that job wherever you are and just sit here. Well, you don't even have to do that. You're doing it while you're working. So you're getting paid to find videos. Well done, John. You're doing better than the rest
Game
of
the
us.
system.
Oh my God. And then at the end of the day, the winner, Mark Monea with the carry-on. Now there's a dude who crashed a lot more than he landed that trick. He took a lot of hits
It's
on that
pretty
front flip.
crazy. Yeah, and one front flips are crazy enough on their own, and he's doing some kind of front, what do we call it? Instead of an underflip, an overflip.
Overflip. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, front overflip. Because that's what it was. He was like
So
just
how
twisting.
long until we get back to where people are doing front flip whips?
Well,
They go a little sideways, but they're not.
yeah,
If
no,
that was a
exactly.
whip, they're now just like off axis a little bit.
Yeah, so I can't remember if I was talking to Tom about this or if I was talking to Charles or maybe it was somebody else, and we are talking about those guys. But that's how Tom and Charles both did their front flips.
Yeah.
They realized they had to whip and cut not half the rotation, but they made that rotation easier and quicker.
Well, because
But
you're
then
fighting you're breaking the gyro of the bike.
exactly. But Charles had his big crash because of that momentum.
Yeah, turning sideways and he got whipped real bad.
Yeah. So, whoa, man, it's a tough one because it made it easier, but it also meant it made it easier to over rotate as well.
Right.
So,
And now instead of being like just like this, you're now turned sideways to where you're just going to be like right onto your side of your head, which I mean, I guess your face isn't necessarily any better, but
yeah, but you'd probably be able to see
you'd have
when
to go
you're going to
way
get close
further to land to your face versus being like off axis and then get slapped to the side.
Yeah. But the funny thing was, like, Mons always, well, he at least told me, I'm sure he told a lot of people. I think he might have even said it in that interview. He always thought he was going straight.
Yeah.
Like, he thought he was doing a front flip completely straight, but actually the whole bike was twisting and turning, and he was over. What did we say? Over flipping, under flipping, over flipping. Yeah, yeah. Fuck it, it worked. It fucking worked.
I agree. I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying.
No, and it looked awesome. That was the thing. It looked really cool. So, it would be interesting to see that one come back. And why? Because it's not like Mons was an FMX rider really before that.
No.
So
he was a BMX guy, right?
I'm not sure.
I think that's what I heard, that he did front flips on BMX, and he just did it exactly the same, what it felt like, and it ended up being, that
different,
like you said,
the carry on.
Yeah,
which I think Bilko named it the carry on just because it was Mons carrying on. But yeah, I wonder if we'll ever see someone do it like that. I'm sure we will.
Yeah, that's because my point. Is how long is it going to take for that to come full circle? And then like they're like, I'm doing an overflip or whatever, a front flip whip, and they're like, I invented the front flip whip, and you'll be like, no,
it was done way better in 2011 Monster Energy Cup.
20 years ago, this guy used to do it.
Man, I just saw something popped up. I think it was in like a Facebook group, old motocross or something. Or did you see it? There was a guy who passed away just yesterday.
Yes, dude.
Was his name Danny? Danny Page or Danny?
Let me look because I commented on it.
Not Danny Way.
Just saw it pop up.
So something just popped up, and this dude was doing a quarter pipe on an RM80, and he had an up knack, like he was like he was leaning down but knacking up, and I'm like, that dude's got style. And he jumped over a train, so that was well before Scummy, but obviously
he was riding I think he also did he had a 125.
Oh yeah, for that train gap.
I'm not sure. I think maybe even some of the quarter pipe stuff.
God damn. But isn't it like it's just crazy that that happened and I didn't even realize.
Kerry Day.
What was his name, sorry?
Kerry Day.
Kerry Day.
Yeah, motorcycle train jump. So I don't know if he's the first to jump. That's the one that Scummy and Raha jumped.
Is it the same place?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's also doing this, I guess it is an 80, but he's doing a quarter pipe. And he's got the bike over, like, the wheels are I should just put this on the thing instead of sitting here and talking like
if you can
dumbass.
throw that up would be pretty sweet.
Hold on.
Motorcycling's King of Vert on the world's biggest quarter pipe. I'm just trying to read what it says. Is this guy crazy or what? Kerry Day lofting some major style on his Suzuki RM80.
Look how the thing is over.
More than one way to ride a quarter pipe.
It's further than flat, and he's got his foot on top of the seat.
Yeah. Yeah, like there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
In a relatively small amount of time.
Cannot be in the air that long.
No. Like, that's all happened within a split second.
I'm really interested in the upnack.
Yeah, I love the upnack. I
do
was
too.
all about that.
I also love that he wears his knee braces on the outside of his JT riding pants.
Yeah.
And he's got sneakers.
He does too.
But so what my question is this upnack off of the quarter?
I would think it is, because looking at his head's
right, turning down that hard.
Yeah, he's turning down real hard. Unless that's Levi Sherwood, but I don't even think Levi would have been born then.
Probably not. What year did
when
it
that
say?
was done? That RM80 looks like it was before Levi was even born.
So the one RM80's got a blue frame and everything, so that's 80 something.
Yeah, September 88 was the world's biggest quarter pipe picture.
There you go.
Right. Here we go. Levi Sherwood.
Oh, he's definitely...
Oh, Levi was born in 91.
Yeah.
So he's either a time traveler. I don't know. That's an awesome upnack. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah, that's exactly what I commented. As soon as I saw it, I was like, bro, that upnack is sick.
Yeah.
Think about this. 88 dude, he's doing knacks.
Yeah. And then I saw another picture. And then there was a picture today that Geordie just put up from the book of FMX. And it was a double can indie.
Yeah.
From like way back then.
Yeah. Another BMX guy on a dirt bike.
The book of FMX. All right. Some FMX tricks are older than you might think. And here is another example of how much an influence BMX was to FMX. Martin Aparicio, hopefully I got that right. 87 on a CR 125 doing a double can indie. God damn it. That is wild. So I don't know who this guy is. No idea
where was that
come
one?
From.
The book of FMX group?
Yeah, but I'm just watching this guy. I'm guessing he's either Mexican or Spanish. I don't know. There's palm trees and...
You're not even allowed to guess, okay?
Oh, sorry.
You can't even, speculate.
No, well, I was just thinking because Edgar Torrenteras, being the Spanish dude, I have no idea. I don't know. It's got something about New York City.
I can't find it.
What's all this? Anyway. Yeah, it's just, isn't it wild that you can look back and see stuff happening even for what we thought we knew?
Yeah. That's the argument. After I put up the first 3 people to do a FMX backflip.
Yeah.
I've had people say about that Jose guy.
Jose Yanez,
yeah, but I'm like, nobody knew.
And there was another guy as well at that time.
Was there?
Yeah.
Well,
but I
it
forgot
looks
the name.
like, because this is the same time.
Yeah, it is.
So, like,
So-
this is the thing. In the 80s, all these dudes were getting on mini bikes and tearing them up and doing shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And then that went away. They were just, like, before their time. Because obviously these guys could have ridden freestyle motocross.
Yeah, exactly.
So there just wasn't that thing. That they went away, and then...
Yeah. Well, that was... there we go. It was Jose Yanez, 1991. Bob Cole, 1993. On the CR80. So one was on the RM80, the other one was on CR80. But yeah, going back, blasting it.
There's always people that are getting gnarly.
Somebody's going to come out and do a front overflip and claim that they were the first to do it.
Yeah.
And Mons will be sitting at home going, fuck you guys, remember me.
Yeah, exactly.
I got 40 grand from Monster that day.
Or we'll be like, we'll be like, back in my day.
Yeah. Yeah, we did it on 250s and 450s, not on these damn electric bikes.
That's
damn electric and hydrogen or whatever you're riding on now.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody said when I posted the bike flip video, somebody was like, would it have been easier on an electric bike? And he was like, yes, absolutely. I don't know why he thinks that. Probably less gyro.
For the bike flip?
Yeah, I don't know that would help because the motor's helping it spin too.
Exactly.
Versus if you were talking about a front flip, the electric bike would be better because you only have to stop the wheels versus shutting the motor off.
Yeah. I wonder also, though, if you're using, well, I guess a bike flip, you're not going to actually use gas to pull it around.
I was thinking
an
that
electric, you wouldn't use gas because you're just kind of spinning it.
But what if you set your idle up?
Yeah.
So it goes,
True. Yeah, but I think it's more about just the flick. It's not really about powering.
Pull, and then what do you do?
No, but for the bike flip.
Yeah, but why wouldn't it be the same? I was thinking that. What if he could pull and then be like, boom, as it was spinning?
I don't know. Well, it's an electric bike. You probably have like a Bluetooth thing. I don't know.
So there was a guy at X Games on a snowmobile that did a no-handed takeoff and flip. And because somebody else, they put an RC controller on it. And somebody else, he got up in the air and they're like, and fucking, I think he maybe took off, but then he took his hands off and they pinned the throttle for him.
No way.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
X Games Best Trick for snowmobiles.
Why am I just hearing about this now?
Because have you ever seen a snowmobile flip?
Yeah, I have.
In person?
Yeah.
You're like, as soon as they come off, you're like, he's dead.
Yeah, and then
because it just goes,
sweet.
And then
and then thing comes around.
Yeah, the first time I was like, oh my God, I'm seeing this guy
dead.
die right now. He's gonna die right in front of me.
Yeah, and they can get out of the worst scenarios so easy. Like I did those monster shows last year, and Marcus Olsson, he's from Sweden, and he was there doing that one. And his ruler flips were fucking enormous. The only thing that stopped him was his back was hurting so much. He's like, I can't keep doing this. Like, in the end, I had to remember my old sports massage days. So I was basically giving him a sweaty back massage to try and get him at least on his snowmobile that day to get the show done. And he's like, I don't think I can do it. I can't do any more ruler flips. And sure as shit, he was out there, and then that was so big because the snowmobile it's like its own weight.
Yeah.
It's got its own gravity. It's that heavy. He just has to throw himself off the back of it and hold on and go with it. Like, it was massive. And actually, he did a really cool whip. He did a really good whip on that snowmobile. Got the thing absolutely sideways, like fully up like that. And on a pretty small landing too. Like I wouldn't be confident doing what he did on
That's why his back hurts.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, I didn't know about the RC backflip. You're gonna have to find that one. Put that one on and surprise me.
All right,
because I'm already interested.
All right, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, if you want us to watch any specific events or videos or whatever, let us know. And we're gonna try to get some. We're trying to line up some people that have been in some of these events.
Yeah,
but right now scheduling's not working out that well. But
just kick Biden's backside. Let's get him on here.
We're like Sunday, and then he's like, I got a 12-hour drive. And I was like, well, do you have somebody else with you so you have a second phone so you can watch the event at the same time so we can talk about it?
There you go.
No. I'm like, okay, that's not going to work.
Don't push Biden. Don't push him. He's too old and he's too nice. He can't handle. Nah, sweet. Hey, what do you got coming up? Something in a couple of weeks? Maybe a month or two?
Yeah, we got the Two Wheels to Freedom Festival, April 19th and 20th in Winnsboro, South Carolina. We're going to have pit bike races Friday. We're now doing pit bike step up, and then pit bike races, step up. We're going to have the Moto Limbo. You know, where you go through the turn under the bar.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, we're going to have an amateur freestyle motocross event, pro demo. We're going to do pit bike best trick on the airbag landing. So hopefully people get wild. And I'm going to jump the Harley.
You're just encouraging wild out of those guys.
That's right.
Okay, we're going to put these guys on an airbag now. So I expect dumb stuff.
I think we're putting a purse up for that so we can get dumb stuff.
Okay, that's sounding good. Is Javier coming?
No, not that.
Who's in?
He lives in California.
Yeah. I saw him saying that he was going to try get down there.
That would be awesome. Maybe he is coming. I don't know. But Banks is going to come. He's not that far from there. So he's also Banks is going to do some lessons, I think the week before and that weekend. So if you want to get some lessons, riding lessons, ramp lessons from Banks, like trick help, I don't really have anything to do with setting that up. I should put Trevor's contact in here, whoever they want to talk to set that up. Like I said, I'm not really, I saw that it's happening, but I didn't have any part of that. Not like I'm against it. I just was.
You can do some Harley jump coaching. There you go.
Yeah, bring your guys' jump Harleys out. And we can...
bring your night rods and your shovel heads, and we'll just jump all of them.
Yep, we'll push it in for you guys.
Sweet as.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Again, a pleasure, Steve. Thank you, John. We're now an hour and a half for a 15-minute event, and we really just sat here and jabberjawed for...
That's what we're here for. See you again next week.
All right, later, everybody.
Gotcha.